Hey guys, it is Girl Talk with J.Belle. I am J.Belle, of course, and welcome back to, I want to say probably this is episode 4. I don't keep count anymore. That's okay. You guys don't listen to the count of the episodes. You listen to who's on the show. So my next guest, I saw an article about her through a mutual friend on Instagram. Social media can always help you find the best people. And it seems like she's very interesting. First of all, she's a chef. She's been on reality television twice looking for love. And she's a single mother. And she has a very inspiring story to share. Plus, she lives in one of my favorite cities in the country, Houston, Texas. Welcome, Chef Shay, to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I moved from where I was. I'm sorry.
You're totally fine. Hey, that zooming, we're zooming on the Zoom. You got to move, make sure you get the best lighting possible. Isn't she beautiful?
I feel like this lighting is a little better.
The lighting looks great. Wherever you are, the lighting's going to look beautiful because you are beautiful.
God.
That's all that matters. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm busy. I got a bunch of seasons over there that are going out to people that we're shipping today. So I'm really happy about that. The seasons are doing so well. So thank you to everybody that's been supporting me. It's been great. Like the seasons are just rocking. I'm excited.
Yes, I love it. I love to hear that. So yes, I found Chef Shay on Instagram, and I was just like, I really wanted a reality TV star on my podcast. One, because you get to hear a real, excuse my language, real ass experience about reality television, for one, and two, she went on there to look for love. And you know, nowadays when you are looking for love, it's so hard. Everybody's going down in the DMs, you know, shooting their shots in public on Instagram and Twitter. And you kind of went the traditional way, just a little bit, not too traditional, but traditional in the sense of like the stats against finding love on reality television is sometimes bar none. Like you might find it, you might not.
Interesting. It's interesting.
Yes. Exactly. So before we even get down that road, let's talk about your history a little bit, as far as like your life prior to being in reality television.
Oh my goodness. So I have background in, okay, so I was a chef, but I have a background in business management and marketing and sales. So I started my career in corporate America, and then I became an entrepreneur back in 2010 officially. Okay. Started in 2008, 2010, I officially became an entrepreneur, and have been working for myself since then. But despite the show, I mean, I'm a single mom. Well, I am still a single mom because my daughter's 24 now. She'll be 25.
Stop playing.
Yeah, she's out the house. I've raised her and done that, but I had her when I was 17, so it was not easy journey.
Right.
So everything that I've done, it's just, you know, just a grace of God and just really being focused and staying consistent about what I wanted and just going after things and, you know, just hurdles and jumping over those hurdles and making things happen. And with my business, just starting off back in 2010, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur back in 2005. Kind of planned an exit strategy from corporate for 5 years, and then that came to fruition in 2010. And here I am. These many years later, it's been a great journey. So it was not easy because I started my business when my daughter was in high school. So walking away from corporate and my medical insurance and all, and all the, you know, cushiness and comfortability that I was used to start on my business. My sister's always like, oh my God, you walked away from a 6-figure income to start your own business. I thought you were crazy. And I was like, yeah, but you know, I really kind of planned it out and I knew that's what I really wanted. And I'm one of those people where I believe in manifesting things. And the more that I talk about it, the more things just start to come to fruition and always are just matriculating in my life because I'm big on speaking life and speaking things into existence. So that really is, you know, why I am where I am. I just worked my ass off, and I have made a lot of sacrifices, and I did a lot of things that were outside of my comfort zone. But you know, here I am, these years later, still, you know, just thanking God and working every day to keep things going.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Taking a leap of faith. I definitely understand that story. I've taken a couple of leaps of faith, but even though they all haven't worked out the way I thought they would, I've always gotten up and dusted myself off again. So I do applaud you for that. And it's funny that you mentioned that you decided to become a full-time entrepreneur in 2010, because I read that you actually, you launched your business after doing a elevator pitch competition with Black Enterprise.
Yes. As a matter of fact,
right.
That was my seed money. I'm big on taking advantage of opportunities, and a good friend of mine, I belong to a beautiful, amazing organization called the Boss Network, and her and I were, she came to me about the opportunity. We had went to the Women of Power Conference in Florida together in February of 2010. Then in May of 2010, they had the Entrepreneurs Conference, and she convinced me to enter into the competition with my idea for my business. And I did. And I mean, it was great. I couldn't believe it, but I made it to so of all these hundreds of people filmed, obviously submitted their videos. It's like,
right.
We had to submit a video, something like this, where we would be speaking to what we were doing and in a certain amount of seconds or minutes. I believe I had 2 minutes for the video. And then when I got on stage, I had a minute, then I had 30 seconds. So it was great though, because when I tell you when it comes to the elevator pitch, that showed me how to get it down. So now I got it down, and
right.
It's nice to be able to kind of just, and it's so important because it just means a lot. You don't know who you're going to be. Let's say you get in the elevator with Bill Gates. What are you going to say to have him be interested in calling you back? And he's getting off at 5, and you're on L. What you going to say?
And so that's what I was going to go into with this, because of the fact that you had to sell yourself in 30 seconds. I wanted you to do a quick elevator pitch now, how you would pitch yourself now in 30 seconds or less.
How would I pitch myself now? I would probably say something like, hey, health and wellness is without compromising flavor or taste. When you have my food, you'll taste the passion that I deliver every day.
And there you go. Wait. Where are my applause? Yes. Good skills. Yeah.
Thank you. And then it's just like, I'm so passionate about my business and what I do. So it's kind of, when you love what you do, it's kind of easy to be excited about it. But being able to kind of really get people like, what did she say? Like, oh, wait a minute. Did she say health and wellness without compromising flavor or taste? Taste the passion, those are things that I think about when I think about what I do. And if I wanted to pitch somebody for some money, I would probably do it a little differently. But I would probably say something like, health and wellness is one of the fastest growing industries in the country. If you want to, get into a business where you are always making money, what I do is something you'd be interested in hearing about.
I love it so much. And when learning how to do elevator pitches, obviously you have a background in business management, which helped a lot. They helped you a lot. In that also, as you continued to grow your company, you said earlier that you had your daughter at 17. First of all, I thought you actually had a younger daughter, like still. So you look really, really good. Not saying that being over 40, all of a sudden you look old and cracked. I hate when people say that. Like, all of a sudden you turn 30 and you like,
I love how I look at being over 40, because I'm
right. Exactly. You look good. I mean, it depends on how you take care of your body. Obviously, everybody's not going to look the same. And obviously, you're taking really good care of yourself, and your body and your temple. But I wanted to ask, as you were growing your business, like you said, you started your business while your daughter was in high school. Now, how did you balance being a mother and really getting your business off the ground?
Well, one of the reasons I wanted to have my own business was because when I was in corporate, I was in sales and marketing, and I was always extremely busy. So I had to balance like swim meets and anything activities she had going on, dances and going homework and going to grocery shopping. I mean, I had to balance all of that in corporate. So it was really easy to do it from my business because my day was my own to plan. I was able to capitalize on my time and be able to schedule it accordingly. And one of the reasons I wanted to become an entrepreneur was because I didn't like the fact that if my daughter had something going on, what if I wanted to pick her up every day from school? if I'm at work at 3:30 or 2:30, then I can't do that. But if I'm working my own business and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm making my own schedule, then guess what? That becomes a part of my priority, and that's in the schedule. So that means that during those times, those things don't get scheduled. Or if there's something going on with her meets for swim, then I could go whenever. But before, I had to plan it out. Let's say I was working on at an account really late. I would have to wait until I came back home before I was done with the day before I could do that. So that was my time is one of my most precious resources. I tell people all the time, it's the only resource that's not renewable. I don't get any back. Once it's gone, it's gone. So I'm very protective of it and how I spend it. And now that I'm an entrepreneur and having been through the things I've been through from a corporate standpoint, and then raising a child on my own, and then now my business, that's the thing that I really feel like I need a clone. I've been talking to people for years about it, and I still can't find anybody to do it for me. So,
so then you got to just do it.
I got to manage that time.
Right, exactly. Reclaim your time, as they say. Reclaim your time.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always busy, and I never have enough hours in the day.
Yeah, it never is. It never is. By the time you get up, the next thing you're looking at, it's like 5:00 in the afternoon already. You're like, where did the day go? But when you're as busy as you are, running your own business and doing multiple things, I think it's one of those things that you seem like you really love. Obviously, you really love what you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be successful in it. And it makes it worthwhile for yourself.
Absolutely. I'm excited about building this team. This month, or this month is almost over, but I'm hiring like 2 or 3 new people because I just believe that you got to have a good team. And some of the people that have been with me, people work out, people don't, but you got to, business goes on. So, yeah.
Right. Exactly. I'm glad you mentioned that because my next question to you was going to be, what is one of the biggest misconceptions of being an entrepreneur? Because everybody, I don't know if you watch or look at Twitter.
It's gonna be that you're just gonna make all this money right away. And remember, when you're new and fresh, you probably do hit the gate running. Like, the first year of a restaurant you guys make tons of, but it's about the people that are coming back. Those, to me, the fortune is in the follow-up. So every person that has ever spent money with you, if they're coming back and referring other people, that's why McDonald's makes the money that they make, because every time somebody goes, they were talking to somebody else about it, and those customers were coming back, and then those other customers were coming as well. Right. So I see that, for me, like, it's okay to get a customer, but for me, I'm looking for customers that are revolving. They're customers that are always calling, always doing something. I'm the go-to. Just like my athlete clients, I appreciate the fact that they hire me over the years. You have to cook for them in their homes, and trust me that because to me that is the people that come back. That's how you win, and that's how you make money while you sleep, because those people like the seasonings that people are enjoying it. So people are reordering it. I'm looking at putting it in Walmart and some of the local grocery stores.
Wow.
Whole Foods is on the list. To me, the sky's the limit. But a misconception, one of the biggest ones is, a customer is a lifetime relationship, or it's not just it's not transactional. It's a relationship.
I was talking to, in one of my prior episodes, I was talking to Patrice Dixon from the Honey Pot Co., the CEO of there. And I asked her, should everybody own at some point? Do you feel that same way? Like everybody should own their own business or be an entrepreneur at some point in their life?
I don't believe that, because I don't think it's for everybody. I've learned that you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink it. So as much as I'm driven, I'm self-motivated. The attitude and the perception I have about my business and my life and my skill set is not the same as my sister or my best friend, my neighbor, or my girlfriend, my that owns a business. Everyone doesn't think like that. So some people are going to be, I tell people, somebody's got to mop the floors.
Right.
And I say that because there's a job for everyone. Everybody doesn't want to run the company. They want to just mop the floors and go home to their family and not have to worry about all those responsibilities. Because once you get up here, you have to hire the person that mopped the floor. You have to manage them. You have to pay them. There's a lot of responsibilities that come with this business. So it's not for everybody. So no, I don't believe that.
Gotcha. I understand that. I agree too, because a lot of times when I'm on Twitter and I hear these conversations about LLCs and if you work in a 9 to 5, then you're a sucker. And I'm like, not everybody is meant to do that. That's not their journey. That's not their plan and God's plan.
I have a housekeeper because I don't want to do certain stuff, and I'll do clean. I don't want to do that. Therefore, it's nice that there's a service that if there was no one that did that and everyone was a business owner, nobody would be available to do the stuff that, people like, are coming up or just don't particularly want that job. So
everybody is good at something. Doesn't mean that they're meant to own something. Your house, you keep your housekeeper around because she's good at keeping your house kept.
And my hairstylist, I don't do my own hair.
Exactly.
This is not my lane. Right. So I hire someone to come and do my hair for me,
Right.
When I go get my nails done, it's because I don't know how to do my nails. I just believe that everybody has know your lane and stay in your lane.
See, I totally agree with you on that, because I can't stand when people like, you need to learn how to do your own hair. Why? Why am I going to take that money out of that hairdresser's pocket? They went to right. That is not my ministry. Listen, that is the realest thing. I have to say all the time. That's not my ministry. Let them. Exactly. I got to let them do.
I don't. And that's why my hairstylist, a lot of times I'm sitting, I'm like, just do you, because this isn't my job. Like, your job is to know my head shape. You've been doing my hair long enough. You just do me good.
Right, exactly. Do it right and do it good. I already trust you. I come back for a reason. So as we move forward, reading into your background a little bit more, I saw that you were on Bravo's To Roam for Love. And that was your first try at finding love on reality television. Yes. Now, what was the decision process of putting yourself out there for that?
Well, initially, here's what I got a call from the same girl that actually, she was just like a sister to me. Me and her, I just have so many stories about our relationship as friends. But she calls me and she says, well, I got a call from some folks in LA or some email or something. She was like, and they're looking for someone that is able to travel for up to 8 weeks out of the country, has a passport, is single, and is and would like to be married. And she was like, I've made my own schedule for so long. She knows. She's like, I know you can do, because you make your own schedule. So, I know. She was like, I felt like you were the number one person that could check all those boxes. And when she told me about it, I was like, hell no, I'm not doing a reality. I was like, what? And then she was just like, it's Bravo. It's a great opportunity. It's exposure. And she was just like, you go to Italy. Like, to be honest with you, initially it was just about being able to go to Rome, Italy, have a exposure on a national brand for my business. Mm-hmm. But I mean, hell, I could actually find someone like a husband, and it was a different country. And I've always been open to dating outside of my race. Mm-hmm. So she's just like, oh yes, this is good for you. So I was excited about potentially finding a husband.
Wow. So you just went out there and did.
I'm one of those people, I'll move. I'll go. I'm not married to any city or any of that.
Really? So not even where you're currently at, you wouldn't. So if you found love and he was long distance and he wants you to move out there with him, you go on your way?
There's conditions, of course.
I mean, if he put a ring on it.
Everything was right. And everything was in a good space. Cause I mean, absolutely. I feel like sometimes it go if he's the breadwinner and he's the one that is and I don't have to worry about as long as my income is being replaced or added to, or I can build my business there, or I've already got some relationships with some kind. See, because me, I'm not a kind of person that's not going to want to work or have something going on.
Right.
So I wouldn't mind my husband taking care of me, but I want to make sure that at least during that process, I still got some things that I'm doing. So if he's bringing me to another place or country, then of course I want things set up so that I can start to build my own thing or maybe push something that I've been working on or focus on that 100%. I know my seasons, my cookbook calendar, my book, all the stuff that I'm working on. If I was in a position where I can just do that and he can, take care of all the bills and I can still live the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to.
Right.
adjusting like that. I'm fancy and I like what I like. So
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. You worked hard for that.
I'm not apologizing for it.
And don't. Why not? Like, I was talking to one of my friends, and she has been posting about these guys that I guess they wanted to date her. And once they met her and started really being around her, they realized how, I wouldn't say she's not spoiled. She's worked hard for what she has, but they called her spoiled because of it. And I was like, stop saying that. You've worked hard. You had a long journey, for everything that you've done. You deserve everything that you get good in life. Because when you work hard for it.
For being successful or apologizing for being great or having something happen to them. I'm not.
I feel like too many times we as Black women have to apologize for our success because a lot of times men are not comfortable with it. And even though they say they want a woman that got her own, now when they actually meet a woman that got her own, now it's a whole different story. Exactly. It's one thing. Yeah, it's one thing to say. It's another thing to actually live it and see it in front of your face. And so I get it. I understand why. And so my next question to you, as you were on the most recent season of Ready to Love on OWN, why did you put yourself back out there again? Because obviously you didn't find love on Bravo's love show. And so you decided to make the leap again. So what made you make that decision?
Well, because then I wasn't 40. And I was really excited about the different dynamics of this show.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it was on Oprah's network. It was an all Black, like all African-American cast.
Mm-hmm.
It was people from this city of Houston where I currently live. So the dynamics of it were completely different. I mean, I could actually possibly find someone that lives up the street and then we can, build something together and, make it work. That was really interesting. I was kind of concerned about where they were going to find these men because I hadn't seen them since I've been here. But I was opening myself up to the process.
And totally understandable. One of the cast members was KG Smooth from.
Everybody loves KG. He's just
right. Yeah, and I saw that. I saw that a lot. I saw conversations about you and about KG and a couple of other cast members. And so I want to ask you, while you were on this show and you're going through this process, because like you said, it's a totally different process than what you're usually used to. And it's an all Black cast. Did you feel a connection with any of these men? Did you see any type of future with them?
No, honestly, I was really I'm really big on that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And just to be honest, like the first night that we all met each other, I made a phone call to my mom, to my friends, two of my good friends and my mom. And I told them yeah, I'm probably going to be going home soon because I'm not feeling anybody like that. Wow. I thought there was some really nice eye candy. Mm-hmm. The guy's amazing. Like I said at the reunion, it's true. I met those are my boys now. I have a set of homeboy brother type, and there may have been a couple of guys that possibly there was some, but the energy is we're all adults. We're playing and fun and that. So, but for me, when it comes to long term, someone that's my husband, that's not something that I got from the very first mixer. Wow. And then kind of spending more time with the guys, I just realized that me and Jay are that's like a homeboy to me. He's like a brother to me. Mm-hmm. And the other guys all wanted children and had really little kids. My daughter's 24. I have a grandson that's 2. I'm not really trying to be in a relationship with someone that has little kids. That's not going to work for me because I know how I like to move. Right. I just being honest about where I'm at in my life. And anybody that has kids that aren't in high school or above is probably not going to work for me. Ooh. And I'm going to be honest with you. I want them to be damn near, let me think, 16, just a couple more years, possibly a high school. I mean, but it's just 8 or, I've done all that. I did all my daughter was growing up. She's older now. I've been an empty nester since she left home and I've moved to a whole nother city. I live alone.
Right.
I really enjoy my space and my time and my freedom. I'm not really big on changing diapers. The only anything I want to change right now is my grandson. I will take him from my child because she already knows how I feel about him. So he is the apple of my eye.
Listen,
So
I understand.
that.
So that's the
Okay.
only diaper you changing. No new diapers. So if
He,
if you
he almost in pull up. So
oh well, there you go. He can pull his own drawers down. He ain't even got to worry about doing that.
he's being trained, honey. I'm loving it. He is being trained. Okay.
Well, then let me ask you this. Okay, so even though you met, some of the men had small children, if you were to meet someone that wanted more kids, would you be down for that? Or are you just completely done? You don't want no more kids. You're out
That's
that game.
well, the reason that I'm not married right now is because I haven't wanted more children. I would have been married
Mm.
no times, but
Oh,
I didn't want children. I had
oh,
opportunities to be married. I mean, no offense. I mean, no,
right. No, I
I
get what
pop
you're
my collar or nothing, but
saying. Well, pop your collar then. Ain't no
I've
wrong with
been
that.
engaged once. I've been I've lost my fiance was killed in
Oh.
Chicago many years ago.
Uh-huh.
I've dated men that like wanted to marry me and all that. I just didn't want children, and that's all. That was an issue for me for many years, up to
Mm-hmm.
the point that I was about to have a kid at like 38. I was thinking about it, like, you know what? 38, 39, I was actually considering it, but
Right.
I just, it wasn't, I really, really, really in my heart of hearts did not want that for myself.
Right.
And that's the only reason I'm not married.
Gotcha.
I would,
Okay.
and then like I said, like now, I don't have to have a child to be married. Like I
Right.
know that. So
So it'd be nice to find
that's
someone that's on the same page as you. They don't want, they have already had their kids, or they don't want any kids themselves.
exactly. That's going to be my match. I know I don't want any more children. So that's not going to work for me.
Gotcha. I understand that completely. Okay, so biggest regret from the season. Obviously, you left early, but you obviously.
Fred, I was asking to go home day 2.
It's
They
like,
didn't want me to leave. Like, I mean, you can ask anybody on the cast.
uh-huh.
I was trying to go home every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to leave because my thing is this. I have a whole business that I run. And what did I tell you about my time? I mean that. Like,
Right.
this point of me sitting here and, playing the game. And that's why I like the way that they didn't have a lot to use from
Right.
a editing standpoint because I wasn't giving them anything. I was like, y'all know I'm ready to go. Like every day, even the producer and I talked, and it was a real live conversation about me
Right.
wanting to leave, and it wasn't. I wanted to self eliminate, and
Mm-hmm.
they didn't want me to self eliminate because of the fact that there were other self eliminations in the last couple of seasons, and they were saying the network didn't want that and roll with the.
Oh.
So they try to make it seem like I didn't have nothing to do because I was on the side talking shit and being silly and I was cool with everybody, but there was no
Right.
romantic connection like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
it wasn't. It was. I was, and then I know that the show was about connecting and
Right.
about finding love. And if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling that,
Then you
then
need to. Yeah, you need to go. You already know what you want. You're at a certain point in your life where you're like, okay,
I
I
was
can tell already these ain't. And I see that a lot. I'm 35 years old, and I realize more and more like how much I'm not willing to tolerate certain things anymore, especially in men. I'm like, no, I ain't doing it. I can
honest.
feel it.
And then when you say tolerate, I won't even say that. It's just that sometimes your type, your energy,
Mm-hmm.
you know it, and you can
Right.
feel it. And I wasn't getting that. Like even Alicia said it best. Like I got a homeboy vibe, and so and like I'm big on guys that are like older.
Uh
My
huh.
father is 87 and my mother is 63.
Ooh.
So I've never really dated men that are younger than me. I'm not
Right.
really attracted to anyone that even on my level, like most of the men I date are over 45 or 50. So I'm not really, and so that was one of the reasons me and Raymond actually connected. I was like, well, shit, Raymond old. He's probably on my level. Cause me and Raymond, on the same, we're old, he's older. The
Right.
other guys were all between 35 and 43.
Oh wow.
Last guy I dated 43 got on my damn nerves. And I'm not saying that they have to be a certain age because there's even guys that are younger that have a great level of maturity. But when
Right.
it comes to where
Where you're at.
I'm at and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for my future,
Uh huh.
and I just didn't see a match in that respect. And
Gotcha.
it's not just about it was about the conversations, and it was just about just where you are in your life, where I'm at in my life, it just may not gel as well.
And I feel that I understand that the journey that I am going through, I totally understand where you're coming from with that as you continue to find love. And so I feel like I almost don't want to ask you the rest of these questions because of the fact you were so ready to leave early. But I am curious because obviously COVID hit really big in the past year, and doing so, a lot of film productions and TV productions got shut down. So how was the process in doing this show? Like, what protocols did they take for you guys to make sure you were safe? Especially because Texas is one of the biggest
Yeah,
states with the highest cases.
we weren't in Texas. We were in Georgia. We were
Okay, okay,
in Georgia, really close to North Carolina. So
okay,
we had to quarantine before. We had to quarantine when we immediately upon getting to the resort. We got tested every other day. So
okay,
we it wasn't like at all. And we had the instant test too. Like,
okay,
it wasn't nobody, I felt very safe and I felt
okay.
comfortable with the process. So I think they did an amazing job of making sure that everybody was we were at a secluded resort and the only people that were there were us and the crew.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, because I'm like, you guys are all in a space here, and you're close together, and even though you were ready to leave, I know that a lot of precautions across the country have been made. Obviously, a lot of people are not following them. You
Oh,
know.
no, they weren't playing. They weren't playing.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I want to move on to the next thing though. As you were talking earlier, you know what you want. You felt it on the show, like these ain't gonna work. All this stuff is happening. I'm ready to go. Why do you feel like it's so hard for women that are career driven, like yourself, to find love?
I don't know that it's so hard. I think that a lot of times we're not putting ourselves in the right rooms and in
Mm-hmm.
spaces. And then we're also allowing certain energy and people to be in our spaces and we entertain that when we know kind of that isn't what we're looking for, that isn't what we want. I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing of kind of letting somebody stay in my space. They have really worn out their welcome and I was still allowing them to be in a space that they shouldn't have been.
Mm-hmm.
So being in a position where you're just not compromising and you're just drawing a line in the sand. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I did an interview recently and I made a mistake of settling all the time. And I mean, I just don't settle. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
just done with the settling thing at this point. Like you gotta show me what you're working with. You gotta prove some things. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not about what you say, it's what you're doing and how you're doing it and how that's being perceived by myself. So it's just being like, and then it's also being intentional, like asking for you what you want and communicating that and understanding who you're dealing with, getting to know people. So I don't think that it's just, oh, we're just single because love can be hard because of a lot of the stuff that's going on in the media and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look a certain way. You have to have a certain, butt and hips and waist snatch and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that, but there's people that are married that look, you got a lot of big booties and flat stomachs out here that's single. You know what I'm saying?
You're
So
right.
I'm just saying, like, that's not what it's about. It's
Mm-hmm.
about, finding somebody with some substance and, things that are gonna, you know, add to your situation versus, the opposite. Like you need to be real careful about who you pick because I think that women are allowing people to pick them when they need to be picked. Like he can pick you, but you need to also make sure that you're picking him. So
Wow.
if you're not picking him, then
Mm-hmm.
maybe he's not the one. And just because somebody likes you doesn't mean you have to like them.
Ooh, that is one cliche I've always heard is make sure that he likes you more than you like him.
I've
And
always heard that.
yes.
My mother says that. I've heard that for the longest. I believe that a man doesn't leave a woman. I believe a woman leaves a man.
Mm.
That's like because men are different. But when
Hmm.
they leave, it's like, oh my God. If he leaves, then that's heavy. That's real heavy.
Right. That,
Because they don't. They can't. They're habitual people, preachers. They
mm,
don't like a lot of minutia or change and all that craziness,
right.
overthink stuff. So
Hmm.
they're a lot different than us. We tend to hold on to things forever. We
That's
don't.
true. Yeah.
So we let go, it's done, done. When they let go, it's done. But a lot of times we are the ones that are holding on to stuff and they've already checked out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different when a woman checks out because she's already checked out probably emotionally and mentally before she's checked out physically. And then that's the end of that. Also, I want to ask you next, would you continue to do reality television? And would you want to do like sort of your own show or maybe like a cooking competition show?
I'm definitely considering the competition thing. I keep getting asked about that. Of course, I definitely want to do my own show. Would I do another dating reality show? Absolutely not. That ship has come and sailed. But when reality TV, when it comes to cooking and really promoting my brand and my craft and really showing people a different side. Like these people think they know me from a show and they don't know anything about me. They have no idea how I move or operate because people don't understand that things are edited. So
right.
If someone's trying to create a storyline, a lot of times that they're going to take situations and pieces and make it what they want. So
right.
But I love the OWN network, Woodpecker Network, Bravo, all of the networks that I've ever worked on. I think they're amazing. A huge shout out to them. It's definitely nothing but love. But for me, I know I want to make it be focused on what this next chapter is like, or what it's about. And it's not going to be focused on, I don't have to worry about that. So I'm more so focused on the business stuff.
Well, let me ask you this, because nephew Tommy, who used to be on the Steve Harvey show, is the host. How was it working with him or seeing him so close? Because this dude is always clowning and
Tommy's great. Like Tommy's an amazing guy. And we didn't get a lot of time with him. And for me, I left really early in the process. So I didn't get to spend as much time with him, but the times that we did, it was more so just doing the lounge conversations and stuff. So a lot of interaction, but from a, just a standpoint, I know he's from Houston. I've been at a few events with him. He came out to our launch event and he is a good guy. And I loved his relationship with his wife. She's a beautiful spirit. And it was just cool to be able to work with someone like, that is a celebrity on that level. That's amazing. That's always humbling.
Right, exactly. I was just curious because I know listening to him growing up on the Steve Harvey show, he always was cracking up and making jokes and things. And yeah, exactly. So I was just like wondering how was it to work with him in that capacity. So let's talk about your charity a little bit, your inspiration behind it. And if you have anything coming up virtual style, obviously, because COVID is still running rampant throughout the country. Because I was reading a little bit about it. And I thought it was really great what you were doing over the holidays. So talk about it a little bit more.
Well, yeah, the Santa Claus Initiative. It's just about just how we can feed people that are less fortunate and give back to families that are suffering because people are losing money. I know that I heard something recently that Biden did or that Trump did right before he ended with some extra money that they're giving people different like checks and things that are coming out. So just what can we do? I mean, I love to cook and I love to feed people. I'm always giving away food to the homeless. So if there's an opportunity that I can allow others to help me, help them, we're just taking some of that money and feeding families because it's not just about the people I see on the street. There's people that are in shelters. There's people that just are in homes that are extremely less fortunate that aren't getting the money that they used to get. So how can we I've got a group of people that we work with to identify those families, and then anyone can donate the money, and then we just feed the family, and then a portion of proceeds goes to the children. So we're donating meals to feed a family of 4. And I want to do that as much as possible. It's not just about the Christmas time, because for me, I do it all year round. So we just made it an initiative for the holidays so that we could get others to jump on board because, of course, people are usually pretty generous. So anyone that ever wants to adopt a family, they can go on our website and put the information there, and those Santa Claus initiatives will go out to those individuals.
And do you want to tell us that website so people can go and do that?
That's Shay, and that's Shay with a Y, CHEFSHAY.com. 8 letters, super simple, super easy, chefshay.com.
Nice. Now, earlier, before we actually started recording, you were talking about your meal prep service that you're getting ready to, you already have it out.
Oh, yeah. We're doing a big promotion for January. Actually, it's ending because it's the 25th, but this was New Year, New You, we did all healthy meals on my IG live show this month and just talk to people about how to incorporate our house seasoning into their everyday meals, and we do it all in 30 minutes. So the meal prep is available. We have a big promotion. So literally it's usually $165. We're doing it for $125 even. So that's crazy savings, but they can go out and purchase it now for January. But for February, we're going to be focused on more Valentine's Day focused events. So private chef services for people that want to do couples or groups want to get together. Me and my castmate, we have some things that we're announcing. My other castmate, he's a chef as well, and we're teaming up to do some things. We got a big event tomorrow night that we're doing. Actually, that I'm hosting. Him and I are hosting together at my home, and we're just having cast only come by to do a wrap party, and we're doing a Taco Tuesday. So just a wrap for the show. It's over finally, and then just kind of say our hurrahs and how we can all promote each other. And we're doing a contest where I'm giving out some seasoning, and I know we're talking about our initiatives for the holiday for Valentine's Day too. Right. Those things are coming up.
Nice. I want to be a fly on the wall when y'all have their wrap party, because to see everybody reunite.
Everyone's invited, but we'll see. We got some RSVP, so we'll see. My phone's been going off while I've been on the phone, so I'll check.
People say, I'm coming to this. I want to ask you though, because you say new me, new you, as you probably said it wrong, but when you're doing
New Year, New You, that's what.
Yes, New Year, New You. Because I'm sitting here thinking new me and new you. All of us got to be new at some point. I want to know, like, as we're still stuck in the house, everything's still virtual. We're still trying to adjust. For someone that is looking to start over in their eating process, like, I'm not even gonna lie, myself, honestly, what is, like, I don't want to say the biggest misconception, but the easiest way to dive into starting to eat clean again when you're so used to eating a certain way in your life? Like, I go back and forth between eating healthy and eating a lot of junk food sometimes. Okay, and I know
balance. It is a balance. I don't tell anybody to just go ahead and just do diet foods all the time every day. I think you need a break. So I think meal prep is really important. That's that's one of the biggest things that we're talking about. If you are really trying to lose weight, meal prepping is going to be your saving grace, because when you get hungry, you want something that's already made. You don't want to have to think about, you have this craving for salt, because what happens is when you eat that meal that you made, you fulfill a bottle of water to finish it, and now you're full and you're good. Get you some nuts, get you some fruit. Get you little things that you like to snack. And what you have to do when it comes to meal prepping, prep means that you get all that stuff ready so that you can just go and grab it and have it. That means, so for me, I meal prep for folks. So with the local people here in Houston, they can just get their meals. They have 10 meals, 5 lunches, 5 dinners. All they have to worry about is their breakfast. They can grab a smoothie, they can eat a banana, an apple, some juice, whatever you like. But for lunch and for dinner, you're covered for the week. That's an easy way to lose weight, because in between those meals, that's when you're going to have your strawberries, your nuts, your little trail mixes, whatever you like. That's what you have in between. But to me, I believe when you're doing some type of dieting, you should always have a lot of snacks around, because you're only going to have maybe 2 good meals, and you should be snacking and drinking lots of water. People don't drink enough water when they're dieting. That's going to help fill you up too. So those are some of the things that, for me, the water, the meal prepping, the snacks, healthy snacks, smart snacks, healthy fats, smoothies in the morning, things with a lot of vegetables and greens and kale and celery and things that are really good for your body, ginger, turmeric. All those things are going to help you shed those pounds. Lemon, cucumbers, like, make you a good cucumber water. That'll sit in your refrigerator in a pitcher. That you could drink that in a day. Make it. I have a cooler full of bottled water pretty much all the time, because I'm always drinking bottled water. I have been going through bottled water so much more. You should buy about a thing of like a 24-pack of bottled water, and you should be finished with it in like 2 or 3 days. And if you're not, if you just only drink bottled water, you're not drinking enough. So you can measure it like that. Like, okay, I got 3 days to finish this water. So that means, like, every couple hours or with every meal, and when you're going to work out, and, you got to incorporate some exercise into that. Even if it's walking 30 minutes a day, you don't have to go and run a mile or, get all sweaty. Just get up and walk 30 minutes, walk 20 minutes, walk 10 minutes. It's better than
You sound like my mama. My mama tell me that all the time. Get up and go walk, Janelle. That's all you gotta go do is walk.
So, you know what I'm doing after this.
Right, we talking. You see, you going to the gym right after this. So 3 things that made me realize when you said all that. I don't drink enough water.
I need a water minder app that you can put on your phone.
A water minder?
Minder. It reminds you to take water. It's a splash of water that you'll hear every time you should drink.
Oh, that's probably nerve-wracking for me. But I'm gonna try it. Water minder. Okay.
Water in there. When you drink 8 ounces, you tell it gives you a goal for the day. And it fills up your body. It's like a picture of your body, not your body, but a body.
Right. Yeah.
and it starts off at the bottom. It starts blue. So it gets blue at the calves, and it's blue at the butt or the top of the waist, and then it goes all the way up to the head.
Okay. I can try that.
I got this much left. I got this much left. You know, I got this much left. It's pretty cool. And it tracks it by ounces.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I definitely drink a lot of bottled water, and I drink maybe 3 bottles a day.
That's easy to measure.
Okay.
You put those bottles right in there. Those bottles are usually 16.5?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I was like, I drink at least 3 bottles a day. If not, I get at least 2. Yeah. You know, and try to go back and forth. But the other parts of it,
double that sugar. 3, not enough. I've drank 3 this morning. It's 2. It's 3 o'clock, and I've already had 3. I'm definitely gonna have at least 3 or 4 more before the day ends.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta. Okay.
You gotta make it a part of your lifestyle, and then you start to crave it. It only takes 21 days to change a habit. Some people say 30. I say
21. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard it takes 21, not 30 days. You know, just as much as it takes 7 days to get right back into that habit if you break it. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, that's some good advice. I appreciate that because I'm definitely looking into getting back on my healthy trail because I've had some health issues in the past year. And so I've always wondered, people give you different advice, but there's nothing like advice for someone who actually specializes in that and does that for themselves. So my last question to you before we play this game is, in one sentence, what are your words of wisdom for women that are looking for love and they're building their career?
One sentence.
Or 2. You got 2 sentences.
That women that are looking for love.
Yeah. While building their career, I should say. While building. Yeah.
The more you love you, the more that the love exudes to others. What you give out is what you attract. Be intentional, but do it with love. That's all I'm just saying, because if I had to break that down, it's just about loving yourself, because once you love yourself, it's gonna exude to other people, and they're gonna start to feel it, and then they in turn start to love on you. So that energy you're giving out, it's gonna come back. That's the law of that's the universe, the laws of the universe. And then when you're intentional, and you know, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and that comes off, and you don't get a lot. You will get the BS, of course. It's a part. But the right energy and the right person will be attracted to you when it comes to your business and to your person.
Hey, that's a word, though. That's definitely a word. I appreciate that. We're going to give you another round of applause.
Thank you. My castmate likes to say bars.
Bars.
Both of them. I've heard Rashid and KG say bars. Man, that's bars right there.
I've heard that too. And I'm looking like, what was bars?
Bars is just, it means like those are like rap, like notes.
No,
like,
yeah, I know what it means. I look at people when they say it, and I just like, okay, bars.
Bars.
Yeah. Bars. I say it's a sermon or a message or a word, because sometimes you just want to get the Holy Ghost.
That's it.
All right, let's play a game of Black Card Revoke. Now, you know, if you don't get, let's see, you got to get at least 4 out of 6 right.
Okay.
If you don't, if you don't, then you're gonna lose your black card. All right, so we gotta put in the little mystery. There you go. Got the mystery. The mystery. First question is: if they climbing through your windows, you should hide your A, money, B, Easter eggs, C, kids and wife, or D, television.
You should hide it's either TV or your money. But if they climb through your windows, it's from a movie, I'm sure.
It's not from a movie.
It's not. It's a song.
It's from a guy.
A guy, they climb into your windows. Maybe I think it's TV. I don't know. I'm not. Oh, did I get it revoked, or is it money? It's probably money.
No, it's kids and wife. You don't remember Antoine Dobson? If they climbing through your windows, you need to hide your kids and your wife. That news story when they was climbing through the windows trying to kidnap some kids. Oh man.
I'm
all right. One down. All right.
Hope I do that on the next one.
Next one. If someone puts their hand up on your hip, what is the appropriate response? A, I dip. B, we dip. C, you dip. D, all of the above.
I dip, you dip, we dip. That's what we do. Hey.
So D, all of the above. There you go.
Up on my hip. We dip. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. All right, next one. What do they call drugs on 74th Street Baptist Church? A shame. B, the devil's work. C, a sin. Or D, evil.
It's probably a sin.
Yes. From the movie Friday.
That I thought that was the first one, Friday, because remember when he was climbing in the window, and I was like, what did he steal? But he stole the money from Debo or something. He was trying to steal money.
Oh, I got you. Okay. You thinking about Smokey. Yeah. That's funny.
Pookie. What's his name? Was that his name? No.
It was Smokey.
Smokey, yeah.
Yes.
Pookie was from New Jack City.
Yes, Pookie was from New Jack City. Yep. Okay, next one. In what year did Cash Money Records take over? A, 2001, 2002. B, 1999, 2000. C, 1997, 98. Or D, 2004, 2005.
Cash Money
Records.
Cash Money Records. I remember 2001 being like obsessed.
Here's a hint. It's from a Juvenile song.
Oh, say the options again.
It's A, 2001, 2002. B, 1999, 2000. C, 97, 98. Or D, 2004, 2005.
Juvenile. Shit. Maybe it was 99.
You said what?
I said maybe it was 99. I'm not sure.
You were right. You right. Cash Money Records take over in 99, 2000. That's from Back That Ass Up.
Yes. I was trying to think of what song it was. I'm like, but then I was also thinking about what I was doing during that year and what was hot. And I remember certain things. My daughter was 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's what he said. You're right. You're right.
Here we go. You should know this one because this artist is from Houston. And you live there, and hip hop is a huge part.
Well, I'm not from here though. I'm from Chicago.
Know. But you live there, and Houston hip hop culture is a huge part of what makes it.
I like the rappers here. I do.
Okay, so here you go. And you might know this because it was a huge song too. Okay. What is Mike Jones' phone number? A, 867-5309. B, 707-606-0842. C, 777-9311. Or D, 281-330-8004.
It's got to be the 281 number because I know that's H-Town, baby.
H-Town, baby. There you go.
I heard that was his real number. I cannot believe he gave out his real number. That is hilarious.
He was gangster with it. All right, last one. Jerome from Martin is a player from A, Detroit. B,
I say Jerome in the house.
Hey, B from Harlem. I'm dead.
From Himalaya.
Hey, I got to finish it. Yes. You got to keep the black card cholesterol.
Goodness, I was afraid I was gonna lose it.
Gonna lose your street cred on Girl Talk. We can't have that.
These streets now.
Yeah, on these streets. I'm dead. Okay, Shay, as we close out, go ahead and give out your socials, your website, and if people actually want to get food from you, book food, sessions, give all us of that information.
Thank you. Follow me at The Real Chef Shay. That's SHAY on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All my handles are The Real Chef Shay. And then my website, chefshay.com, is where you can find all of my products, and you can go purchase my seasons. You can purchase a Santa Claus initiative. You can purchase somebody some meal prep here in Houston, whatever you want to do. You can just send me a blessing if you like. I don't mind.
Cash at me.
I appreciate the support and all the love. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a great experience and conversation, and I appreciate the game at the end. That was fun.
Yay, I'm glad. I always try to make sure my guests have a good time because, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking because you never know. You never know the vibes. You never know how they're going to feel about the questions. And I'm like, is this interesting enough? Because I don't do the salacious gossip, you know, with the people I have on because, you know, they ain't going to come back. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm so glad that you were able to tell your story, tell it in your own words, and really give some dope ass gems and advice, especially when it comes to love and having such a huge career in what you do. And so I definitely want to see more of what you're going to do. And if you get a reality show, make sure you come back here because I want to promote it. You know what I'm saying? And I can see it happening. It's coming, especially because you're in Houston. I mean, they're gonna come your way eventually. Own is coming. We're claiming that. We're manifesting it. Own is coming.
Right. God has got this.
God's got it.
It's nothing but great things happening.
Exactly. He's guiding those steps. Manifestation is happening. All right, guys, if you're not following me also, which is a bummer, you should be following me by now. It is Janelle Belle, IG at Janelle Belle. That's JNELLBELLE. My Twitter is at J.Belle. All of the information that Chef Shay has given is going to be on the bottom of the screen, including all our stuff. And until next time, guys, enjoy yourself. Stay maxed up. Stay safe. And make sure you are cash apping Chef Shay. That's all I'm going to say. Cash app. And if you're looking for love, fellas, you better come correct because she ain't looking for no BS. She ain't got time. Okay?
I don't have time today.
Reclaim your time. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.